This has to be one of the most insane data leak stories I have ever covered here on the channel. Guys, welcome back to Lab Cyber. This story comes from the gaming industry, and I promise you, even if you're not a gamer, do watch this video because this is one of the most insane data leak stories I have ever covered. Now, the game behind this whole story is GTA 6. Now, if you're not a gamer, if you don't know what this game is, it's called Grand Theft Auto. I'm pretty sure you may have seen references or heard references about this game before. It's the one where you play as a character and you can walk the streets of Miami, you can drive a car, you can shoot the police, you can commit crimes, you can do all sorts of crazy stuff. It's a very, very wild game. Not exactly my taste, but I can understand the appeal. Now, it is a series of games. GTA 6 is supposed to be the latest installment coming out in November of this year. Now, I really want to stress that this game, GTA 6, is supposed to become the biggest game of all time, basically the best-selling game of all time. This game has been in development for more than 10 years now, I believe. The company behind Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar, they have poured millions and millions and millions of dollars into developing this game. So I'm just trying to give you the scope of just how massive this game is supposed to be. Now, what exactly happened here? The news broke out a few days ago that a particular hacker who goes by the name of CyberLeak had gained access to some data involving the game. And when I heard about it, I almost immediately ignored it because this isn't the first time that Rockstar or GTA have been hacked. In fact, back in 2022, we had this 18-year-old hacker who gained access to some unreleased footage of the game. He was caught, he was punished. And then earlier this year, in April, Shiny Hunters, the most prolific hacker group in the world right now, these guys have hacked everybody from the FBI to the White House to your grandma. In fact, I made a whole documentary talking about Shiny Hunters. These guys are nefarious. Back in April, they gained access to some data, and this was your traditional ransomware demands. They said, hey, pay us money, otherwise we're going to release all this data. But it turns out that the data that they stole or gained access to wasn't really that significant, so the story died down almost immediately. So when I heard that, oh, GTA has been hacked again, Rockstar have been hacked again, I thought this was just going to be another one of those stories, but I couldn't be more wrong. Now, the reason why this story has become what it is today, the biggest story in the gaming industry right now, is because not only has this hacker or hacktivist gained access to some footage, to some data involving the game, it turns out that they may have a lot more than that. They may actually have access to the entire source code of the game. Now, the reason why people are saying this is because the hacker released a footage, this is it right here, of one of the characters taking a gun and shooting at the words leak, L-E-E-K, just basically to prove that, hey, I have access to your code. Now, I want to be clear here because there's a lot of misinformation. A lot of people are saying, oh, this means the hacker now has access to the entire source code of the game. That may not be necessarily true because there is a distinct difference between the actual source code of the game and a playable build of that game. A playable build basically is kind of like a sample of the game where you as a user or as a developer, you can play the mini version of the game and test for bugs, things like that. So it's possible that it's just the playable build that the hacker has gained access to and not the actual source code itself. So I want to point that because it's a very, very important distinction. Now, if the hacker indeed has access to the source code of the game, this could spell the end of Rockstar as a company because, again, this is their flagship product. They have poured so much money into this particular game. All the hacker really needs to do at this point is to release the entire game on the black market, on the dark web, and this will definitely ruin the launch of this game, this widely anticipated game. And if the launch goes wrong, again, this will affect sales, and this could spell the end of Rockstar as a company. Now, it gets even bigger. It turns out that this particular CyberLeak person or group of people, we don't know if it's one individual or several people, it turns out they may not be your traditional black hat hacker who are doing this purely for financial gain. they have made several demands, and it appears that they are simply hacktivists who are frustrated with the gaming industry. Now, why are they frustrated? Well, if you're a gamer, you know this. If you're not, over the past few months, there's been a lot of anger from gamers towards the gaming industry, because the gaming industry have been steadily moving towards this phase of, oh, we're not going to make physical copies of games anymore. You will only have access to digital copies. In fact, Sony earlier, they said that from 2028 moving forwards, January 2028, they will no longer make physical copies of the games. Now, I, as a gamer, I do love my physical copies, okay? I love buying physical copies of games that I really, really do like. So I'm not in support of this. Now, Sony and PlayStation are claiming that, hey, the reason why they're doing this, pushing for this, is because most people don't buy physical copies anymore, which is actually true. However, it's BS. It's bullshit. And the reason why we all know it's bullshit is because they have placed more restrictions on users who buy digital copies of their games. In fact, with all of this going on right now, Sony, rather stupidly, only a couple of days ago sent out emails to remind players, myself included, that, hey, you don't actually own the digital games that you buy. So right here, you can see 1.4, the license to you. They say that, look, the software is licensed to you, not sold. You are granted a limited, non-exclusive, non-transferable, and personal license to play or use the software for your private, non-commercial use on the system or device it was intended for. So basically, Sony right here, I send it to your face that, look, this digital copy that you bought, you don't actually own that game. We didn't sell you the ownership of the game. We simply sold you a license that we can revoke at any time, and you don't have full access to that particular game. You don't have full ownership. You cannot transfer ownership of that game from you to somebody else. So if it's all about because, oh, people aren't buying physical copies of games anymore, why all these extra restrictions? So it's all about power and control. Sony and PlayStation and all these other gaming companies, they simply want to have as much control over the users as much as they can. And that's why CyberLeak exists. That's why CyberLeak are doing what they are doing. And because of this, there are a lot of people who are actually supporting what they are doing. Now, I myself, I'm not in support of hacking companies. I've always believed that, look, if you want to boycott a company, if you're not happy with a company, the best way you can punish them is to simply not give them your money. If gamers were united and said, hey, Sony, PlayStation, if you don't make physical copies of games anymore, we are not going to buy your digital copies. And I promise you, if that was the case, and gamers were serious about this, all these companies, they will change their policies overnight, just like that, okay? So I'm not in support of what they are doing, but I can understand why they are doing it. So the hacker, the CyberLeak people, they've already released their manifesto, things that they're demanding. So they want the public apology, they want physical copies, but they've also said that thou shall preserve single-player content. Basically, what they're saying here is that they want games that are meant to be for one player to be for one player, meaning that you can simply play the game from start to finish without any sort of restrictions, and without having to be connected to the internet or to be logged into your account or something like that. So these companies, they always want you, one way or the other, to depend on them externally in order to play the game. So this is just another one of the demands that the hackers are actually demanding. So this is an insane story. And like I said, it's basically a battle between this hacktivist group, this hacktivist person, and the entire gaming industry at this point. And it is very, very interesting. And again, the major reason why this has become such a big story is because, again, it's possible that the hacker actually has access to the entire source code of the game. Again, we don't know for sure. And we also don't know how the hacker gained access to all this data and this footage and all these things. We don't know. My guess, if I was to take a wild guess, I would say this is probably a disgruntled current employee or ex-employee of Rockstar. Again, I don't know, I'm just speculating, but we'll see how things progress from this point on. Of course, I will keep track of this story. If there were any major new developments, I'll definitely make a new video talking about the latest developments, but I want you to be very, very careful about a lot of misinformation about this story that's going on right now on the internet, because there are a lot of people, especially on X, who have created fake accounts claiming to be the Cyberleague person, and there's been all sorts of wild stories that, hey, if the hacker gets caught, then automatically the game will be released on the dark web, things like that. So just be careful where you get your information from. So that's it for today's story. This is insane. Again, this could spell the end of a very, very massive company in the gaming industry. This could ruin the launch of the most eagerly anticipated game of all time, GTA 6. But let me leave you with one particular question, or two questions. First of all, do you support what Cyberleague are doing? And then second, when you have companies like Sony and PlayStation coming out and boldly claiming that, hey, when you buy a digital copy of a game, you don't actually own that game. When you hear things like this, okay, does this justify piracy? Do you think pirates are actually justified to do what they do when you have all these companies coming out and saying things like this? Okay, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Put them down in the comment section below. I always respond to all comments here on my channel. And that's it for today's story. If you're new here to the channel, welcome to Lab Cyber. My name is Alex. I cover stories from the world of AI and cybersecurity. So if you do enjoy content like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. I'd love to hear from you. Questions, comments, put them down in the comment section below. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.